Hey everyone, welcome to the Pink Playhouse. Today we're going to be taking a tour of the Barbie bathroom that I created. This is an overview of the bathroom, and on the other side of this I have a living room that I built that we are also going to be taking a tour of. As you can see, the theme for this bathroom was pink and marble. The marble kind of just came together because I had this pink carton that I wanted to use as a bathtub, and pink is my favorite color. I really wanted to do all of the dollhouse rooms in pink, if I'm being completely honest, but I am trying to have some type of self-control. When you first enter the bathroom, you have this door. It's not entirely functional. I did build it to where it moves, but if you were to move it all the way, you would probably be snapping some things, so it's not meant to be entirely functional. Here on this wall, I have my shower head. All this right here that you see is from Temu, with the exception of that. I actually made this little bar soap holder out of popsicle sticks, so I just painted those gold and added a bar of soap on top, and then I also got this shower head from Temu and then painted that gold as well. The little loofah hangers that I DIY'd are actually little cork stoppers that I got from Dollar Tree. They came on top of these glass bottles. I just took them off and glued them to the wall. And here we have a little Easter bunny photo. This toilet right here is from Temu. I did create the little base because it was a bit short for Barbie dolls. The base is actually made out of a recycled measuring cup that actually broke. I just covered that in like this ballerina pink vinyl, and it's the same vinyl that I used over there. I actually got it from Dollar Tree. And then I added a little bit of trim just to clean it up. And I also painted the hardware on this because it was originally silver. This part does move. The toilet does open. It doesn't hold up very well, but it is functional. I got the toilet paper from Temu, and then I also just made this little toilet paper holder. I mentioned that the bathtub was kind of the inspiration for this room. I had this really pretty box that actually came with a pack of candles in it. I got it from TJ Maxx years ago, and I've been saving the box. I was really excited for a chance to get to use this, but yeah, that's where this box came from. And then I just made a little headboard or head support pillow for the bath where my dolls are using the bathtub, and this is just made out of I believe it's a popsicle stick. Yeah, it looks like that's a popsicle stick, and then I just covered it in some gold vinyl. Down here we have a little basket filled with some towels and an extra loofah. That's all from Temu, as is this rug. It's actually supposed to be a cloud shape. I don't think you can make it out very well, but it's a baby pink rug, and it actually came in a pack of 3. I think these rugs are well worth it. They're actually really great quality. Now moving on to the last section of our bathroom, you see that we have our sink area and a little shelving unit. So this shelf right here is actually, the base of it is actually the top to this candle box right here. So I just used that, and I added some popsicle sticks to act as the shelves. So everything that you see on the shelf is from Temu, pretty much everything in this entire area, with the note of a few things that I will point out to y'all. Look how cute these towels are. I cannot get over them. But yeah, we got some extra toilet paper. Here we got some shampoo, some perfume, more toilet paper. I think that's some kind of soap, and a mirror, you know, some makeup items, hair items, some nail polish. This is from a little botanical set. I believe it's either from Mini Brands or from Miniverse, one of those brands. The mirror, which I love very much, is from Temu. The sink itself is from Temu. It came in silver. I painted the hardware gold. And then we have some toothpaste and a little toothbrush here in a mug. And that is the overview of my Barbie bathroom. Moving on to the other side of our space, we have our Barbie living room. Y'all, I have been working on this for a minute, and I am so happy to say that she is pretty much complete. Let's go ahead and take a tour of it. So as you can see, the theme for this room was definitely purple. I kind of tried to have like a basic main color scheme for every room that I created. I made this from scratch, and then I lined it in some white cardstock to kind of frame it out. And then this is the other side of our functional, non-functional door. I have another plant here that is actually from the same botanicals kit that I mentioned before. And then we have our window, in which we have some white blinds and a little white rose. This is where I have our little bookshelf area. I added a couple of shelves here. So this clock that you see atop here is actually from Dollar Tree, and this is one of the cork bottles that I mentioned previously. Up here we have some books. We have a few pieces of artwork and a little plant. All of this is from Temu, and then I made the bookshelves out of popsicle sticks and contact paper. Below that, we have our fireplace. I knew that I wanted a fireplace in this space, and I originally was going to build it myself, but I went to Hobby Lobby and I seen that they already have some built, and so I was thinking, why not just spend, you know, the $6 or $7 to get something that's already assembled? And I really feel like it was worth it. So we just have a couple of drinks here. I have this record player that I thought was just so stinking cute. I do actually want to say I got quite a few dollhouse items from both Temu and Shein, so actually I'm not entirely sure which items are from which, but just know that you can find them on one of those sites. And so down here is the fireplace. I did edit it a little bit by putting on that same contact paper that I used on the shelves to tie everything in. And then this actually comes out. I have it hot glued down in place, but you can see in there I added a little burning fire, and I also added some wood to just make it look a little bit more realistic in the space. Here we have our extra wood in this little wood caddy. I have no idea what you would even call this, but I made that out of some cardboard and cardstock paper. There we have our little cat bowl, and here we have Luna. She's actually the only animal that I've already given a name to, but I actually built this little nook area right here just to give the cats some privacy in their litter box and kind of to cover it up, because the litter box is really cute. Like, I do like being able to see it from a certain angle, but like realistically, if I were to own cats, I would ideally have like a little, you know, private situation for them set up. So I thought this was perfect for that. Below our artwork here, we have our TV. I got that from Hobby Lobby. And then up here we have just a little handheld game. Also a little plant. Those are both from Temu. These items down here are also from Temu. Well, the two little plants are. And then I actually made these out of like these little wood blocks that they have at Dollar Tree. Just covered it up with some cardstock, with some colored cardstock paper, just with the different initials of all the different roommates that are going to be living in this space. And down here we have a little dog bed with a teddy bear inside. I have this little cat tower over here that I thought was really cute. It's not super high, so I actually thought about building like a base for this to just give my cats a little bit more elevation, but they do have this here. And then we have our coffee table area. So I did make this coffee table. The base is made out of either a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll that I just wrapped in that same contact paper that I mentioned previously. And then the base, or the top of the table, is actually a little acrylic stamp that I got from Dollar Tree. I thought the shape was really cool, so figured I could use that for something. And I just have a couple of books at the top here. We have Pride and Prejudice, and let's see what the other one is. I think it's the Odyssey. And then here we just have a bottle of wine, and look how cute this little remote is that came with the TV. And again, that's from Hobby Lobby, and everything else that you see atop here is from Temu. Down here I got a little piece of like faux fur material. I got this from Dollar Tree, and I just went ahead and cut out a little shape to give us a nice rug. And then down here we have our sleeping bulldog. He is so stinking adorable. I just have to pick him up so y'all can see like just the sheer detail. Look how cute he is. I think he might be my favorite animal, I'm not gonna lie. I got quite a few animals because I thought they were all so cute. And then moving on to the final part of our living room, we have our love seat that I created here. I didn't want anything that was going to take up too much space because I do still have to obviously store these rooms away. But I wanted something where I could fit at least a couple of dolls, and this does fit about 2 Barbie dolls on here. These 4 cylinders that you see here, these are actually made out of paper towel roll, and then I just took some velvet, some crushed velvet fabric that I got from Dollar Tree, and I just wrapped that around here. And then this is some colored construction paper that I just cut out into circles to cover up the edges. I used the same exact fabric that I used for the rug to make a throw blanket for them, And then this is our little cats, our other little cat. I think this is a tomcat, if I'm not mistaken. He doesn't have a name yet. None of the animals have names except for Luna, and I just named her Luna because I've always wanted a black cat named Luna. Like, if I ever did get a cat, I think I would get a black cat. The pillows, the floral pillows, are from Temu. Super duper cute. And that concludes the tour of our living room and bathroom. This is the space that I created. So this is kind of just like my beginner space. It's the first living room and the first bathroom that I've created. I've been working on them for a while now. I definitely feel like I will be updating and changing these spaces in the future, but for now, this is what I have for my dolls. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and click the subscribe button if you want to see any more of the spaces that I create for my dolls, and I will see you all next time. Bye.